All right. What's up, people? What's up, Stevie?
Sup?
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
No, you wouldn't know. So,
You never know.
I know. How you feeling, man?
I'm wondering when the strippers are gonna come wrestle.
Don't judge my basement right now. So, for those who can't see, I don't have a couch down here anymore, but there's a big ass air mattress that's blown up because I like to come down and fuck sometimes. Now, I was watching TV down here. I don't want to just sit on the floor like a fucking
now
asshole.
that I think about it, I'm never sitting on that.
No, we haven't fucked on that
Yet.
Like, I thought about it last night, but I'm gonna be honest. I was just like, I went to Saturday. I was off yesterday, so I had jiu-jitsu, and it was nice to see the guys that I started with. I don't get to see those guys anymore. And of course, how that goes is like, oh my God, Dante's here. Yeah, what's up, man? It's so nice to see you. We're gonna fuck you up now. So that's what happened. I got my ass beat by my entire team, and it was nice. It was nice to just see the guys. My one teammate, Andy had when COVID hit, Andy hadn't been in for a while, and Andy came back and he had put on some weight. Now I haven't been back in a while. And I saw Andy, he's lost a lot of weight. Now I'm like, dude, it's like, I'm so happy to see Andy because Andy's that guy. He's so nice. He's so quiet. And he's there. He is about his shit. And he's not, he's not for competition, but he's there to learn and just enjoy it. So rolling with Andy was a treat. And I feel good when I can make Andy laugh. Like, there's certain people, if I can get a laugh out of my grandma, I win for the day. I don't need another laugh from anyone else. And I mean like a belly laugh. If I can get grandma to really laugh, I feel good. But Andy, if I get like a chuckle out of him, good. When I got my COVID test, the nurse going around swabbing, she was like we're in a death ward and everybody's so serious. She comes around like stone face. She got to me and go, "Be gentle, it's my first time." And she smirked. I was like, "I got you." She went hard in the left nostril though, and I was like, I shouldn't have did that. But now, I was fucked up yesterday. And then we moved the fucking couches. Aaron and I, we moved the one couch that used to be down here and that red chair. We just got rid of both of them. And I underestimated how my body was feeling. Because when we moved that chair, which is small, I was like, ooh, I don't feel good. We got to that couch. I really wasn't feeling good. We got to a point on the stairs. I had to like wedge myself under the couch and just push it up with my shoulders. I wasn't even like using my hands to carry. I was just pushing that shit with my neck. I was like, all right, fuck this. Got rid of that. But my issue was I wanted to try to see if we can get the other one down here first. Because if we could, then it's like cool. Then we can move that other motherfucker out. It was like if we couldn't, I didn't want to move the other motherfucker out. But it's like we had to do it before the dump closed. So we, move all the shit out. And, later on, I says to Sarah, I was like, well, shit, we can't even watch TV or nothing downstairs. And she was like, well, we got the air mattresses. I was like, oh, yeah, good call. So we blew up the air mattress and watched a couple horror movies down here real quick. But if my body wasn't broken, we was going to fuck. Like,
I was just thinking next time you host a fight here, you shouldn't say anything and just see where everyone sits. If everyone sits on the air mattress together.
Hey.
And act like it's normal. Just be like,
it's coming up.
Yeah, there's a seat there, and everyone else could just sit there and see what everyone reacts.
I'll
be a good social experiment.
I'll get on the treadmill and just start walking. You're like, hey, the elliptical's open if anybody wants in. You're like, hey, there's air mattress, there's some seats there, got a couple other chairs. Just look at everyone's look. Like,
some people be all in. It's like, yeah, I'll lay on the.
No, my one neighbor, no. Goose, like, he's in. He'll just like, oh shit. Number one, he's every time he comes over to watch the fights, he's already eating like tons of edibles and he's smoking weed. So he comes in, he's down. He's like, fuck it, I'm here. And just jump on the air mattress. We're like, all right, as expected. But yeah, that's the only reason why we didn't fuck. But if I was feeling at least 70%, like I would have rolled over, give like the nudge, like the poke in the thigh with it, like, and then it would have happened. But I felt like shit. So yeah, that was yesterday. And another shout out to Aaron. Thank you for that. Just like the thing that sucks is just that couch isn't gonna fit. So I guess the movers were fucking right. Fuck them though, bitches. It's that fucking slope in the back of the couch. You know, it's just some motherfucker was like drawing up the design. It was like he had it perfect, and his wife probably, honey, put a slope in there. It's a love seat. Lovers like to lounge back. No, baby, we can't do that. No, baby, do it. No, we can't do that. No, sucky, sucky. All right, and the next thing you know, he fucking sends that fucking design out, and I fucking bought it like a dick.
Yeah, some of those Baltimore homes that because I would maybe like to get one day, but the hallway steps are so narrow. I don't know how you get anything up there. Some of those,
Yeah,
you gotta take off the roof, crane it in.
a couple people, Charles used to live out in one of those. I remember going out to the basement. That shit, the basement was just the walkway down the basement was as wide as me.
Yeah, I wonder, were people just real small back then? Or they just like to make
more than
things?
likely. Yeah,
I mean, I know I've pointed out to you in Baltimore, but there's a few houses like in Fells Point that you can't get to besides going through the little gap, and it's like a metal gate. You don't even notice it if you're not looking for it, but in between buildings there's a little entrance, and you go through there, and it's like a courtyard. And I had one friend, that's how you got to his front door.
Still
but there was not real suspect, especially at night. Like, we're gonna go through, and it's a good 15-foot walkway in a tunnel.
Someone we used to work with, she had a place out there in Baltimore, and I remember it was a cute little place. I liked it. I remember looking out at the back. I think I've been out there a few times. I remember being out there during the day and looking at the back, like, I wouldn't say backyard, but the outside the back of the house, whatever the fuck that is. I was like, oh, that's cute-ish. Like,
yeah, some of the best ones you definitely aren't having grass.
No.
But if you have like a little patio and a fence, that's pretty tight for the city.
So she had a fenced area. Yeah, it was fine. It was just one of those things. As I'm looking, I was like, okay. I'm worried about the alley back there and the rats. That's all I'm worried about. But her house, it like I said, was cute. You walk in, 8 steps, you're in the dining room. 7 more steps, you're in the kitchen. The usual. Nothing really too different than this. Now, maybe a little more narrow, but it's fine. Now that I think about it, when we saw it upstairs, they didn't really have much furniture upstairs, so I guess
you're not
why.
getting much up there.
I think she had like her bed,
king size bed. Good luck.
So that was that. But yeah, we're working out a deal trying to get a futon down here right now. Which was always kind of my initial move anyway. I just wanted to get a fucking futon. That was the first thing that came out of my mouth. Let's get a futon down here. Because I know we'd have no trouble getting it down here. Perfect. And Sarah saw that. And granted, looking at it, initially it looks like, okay, it'll work. But that slope in the back is where it becomes extremely problematic. So, whatever. Back to the drawing board, bitches. So, yeah. You never answer how you doing this week. You just started commenting on my fucking moon bounce over here.
Whoa.
Dude, I should get a bunch of air mattresses and just fucking make this basement like a fucking giant moon bounce.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if it was a moon bounce in some way, if we could have padding on the ceiling so no one gets hurt.
No, fuck that.
I mean, you might get some holes.
No, you're signing a waiver. That's all. Sign a waiver saying you understand you will get a concussion.
Oh, but yeah, some of the apartments I liked, or my dream condo in Baltimore would be one of those lofts. So the ceilings are 2 floors high. I was like, if I ever had that, I'm definitely having a basketball court in my living room.
I mean, it just would make sense. Well, even like here, this little space back here, before I got the exercise shit, there's like the arcade basketball thing. I saw one. It was cheap, functioning, new, cheap. I was like,
those are always my favorite at the bar.
Oh, yes, let me get this. And then we started putting all this other shit down here. So now it's like, I miss my window.
I'm entertained by those basketball games for hours.
I might. Well, like these, the treadmill and the elliptical. These motherfuckers are here for good. They break. Oh well. Like, you can't get it out that window.
Make it into some furniture. If they break.
Fuck yeah. Because I was gonna say, let me get rid of one of these bitches and put that little basketball thing down here. Because Sophie, she's marginally into basketball. She sees it, she gets excited, she watches it, then she realizes she doesn't care, and then she moves on with her life. And I get it. I do that too. Like, that's how I feel about baseball. You turn that shit on, like, yes, baseball's on.
Oh, man.
In 8 seconds, I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah. I loved baseball when I was younger, but now it is a hard watch. If you like listening to slow sports talk radio, that's baseball, because there ain't much to watch.
That's why I don't really fucks with, like, anything sports-wise in the summer. After the NBA Finals is
we're
over.
at now the bad time of year for sport watching.
Like, I still watch a little bit of hockey. It's the Stanley Cup Finals right now, so I'm in for that right now. I hate both teams that are there, but I'm still watching it. I think Colorado went up 2-0 on a Saturday night, so I'm still in. I'll watch it, but it's at that point though. I know the end is near. Well, I mean, we got off-season football talk and shit. NBA draft is upcoming, but still, it's just like
that's how bad baseball is, that they're not even competing with anything and no one wants to watch it.
So when I turned the TV on, when I got down here, the only choices were whoever the fuck was playing baseball. It was that unimportant that I didn't even care to see who it was. Maybe Pittsburgh. And then the College World Series. And I was like, there was a UFC on last night. Doop, 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 doop. Put it on.
Yeah, baseball needs to refresh some stuff. Let's make it rock and jock style.
I'd be in. I'd watch it. But I want to see like actual celebrities. Like
you get like a golden. I don't think they did this in rock and jock, but like you get a call when you get a golden ball and then it's extra points.
Yeah, do it. Be like, make this shit lively, make it exciting. Like right now,
I think they ever add the shot clock? They were talking about having like a shot clock for pitchers to speed
that.
up. I don't know if they ever did it.
I don't know because I don't care. So, but I mean, the best time was in Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire and
I hated that they broke all those records using steroids, but at the same time, that's when baseball was great to watch.
Loved it. You know why? Because fuck all those records. I guess baseball is the sport that's most attached to their records. They could suck my nuts. But guess what? Sammy, Mark, knock it out the park, homies. Barry, kill it all. Give them all the steroids.
Era of baseball. Baseball's huge then. Sports Center was just all Sammy Sosa, McGuire, and Bonds.
There was a gas station in Detroit when Mark McGwire broke the record, single season record. They sold gas for 62 cents a gallon that day. I think it might have been for the day or the week. It was for a while though. I think a week was long. It might have been a couple of days. But I remember I was like, damn, dude. I wish our gas stations did that.
Yeah, I filled up my car yesterday. It was over 60, and I only have a 10-gallon tank. And I have to have premium fuel.
Look, man, I've been hearing cats really, really going through it. 60 ain't nothing.
Well,
for me,
that's just a 10-gallon tank, though.
For me, yeah, I got a 10-gallon. For me, no matter what the cost is, it's always going to be 20 on 2. I went in, Friday night, 20 on 2.
Maybe we were back Saturday.
Maybe I should have went 30 on 2. But I don't drive very far. I work like a few minutes from home, and then the most that I drive is when I go to jiu-jitsu, and that's not far at all. So I'll be all right. I
like to take the last 4 turns away, go as fast as I can, and just shut the car off and hope I roll all the way home. So.
You ghost ride your home or your car home. You jump out, just start pushing it, and just let it go.
I forgot how that was a thing. Ghost ride. On my way here, you had this little kid, not unfamiliar with Baltimore, especially doing wheelie down the road
here.
But he looked like
I know who you're talking about.
He actually looked like David Elston. Didn't look like the type that would be doing wheelies.
Steve. I'm not supposed to be doing names.
Oh,
well.
What time is it?
We'll be all right. He'll be all right.
No, but my point is, it didn't look like someone that would be doing wheelies down the road. No. At the same time, why every kid seems to know how to do a wheelie? I couldn't do a wheelie.
I couldn't do a wheelie. I tried to do a wheelie.
I feel like we had like one person in the whole neighborhood that really could do a wheelie good.
When I grew up, all the kids would do a wheelie but me. I did a wheelie and fell off the bike, and that's probably why I can't do it, because I gave up quick. I fell off, hit my head, and was like, fuck this.
I had one of 10 speeds, which I hated. I always wanted the BMX style bike.
Did I tell you the story about when I got a 10 speed and I tried to jump it at the pit, not the pit out here, but in Delaware. Cause I told this story a few times recently, but I was in Delaware. All the kids had like dirt bikes and like trick bikes and shit, and my grandparents got me a mountain bike. My shit got stolen. You know, mountain bikes got some sturdy wheels still. So the replacement bike was a 10 speed, and I remember trying to jump. Like, you know, everybody's off talking at this point. Nobody's doing anything now, and I just took the bike down the dip and tried to jump up the hill or up the other side. Didn't make it. Fell on my nuts and just rode off. Like, I got up and rode off. And normally, like, this is a group of kids, I'd beat the shit out of them. I was just daring them to say something so I could swing on them. That was not the moment. That was the moment where I just had to pack up my shit and go. I knew that I was defeated emotionally. So I could beat those kids up. It wouldn't matter. I'll still be the asshole who tried to jump a 10 speed and fucking bust his nuts. So
there was two brothers that lived near you on another street, and they had tight BMX bikes. And whenever they were in my neighborhood, they would ride their bike. I'd just be like, "Can I ride your bike?" And he always let me. And it was so comfortable. Like, the handlebars were out wide.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, why does anyone get these stupid ass mountain bikes? Which, I mean, mountain bikes, if you take it on the mountain, and you do like
solid.
What our old friend at Lido's got into, where he was doing some extreme stuff on the mountain bikes.
Yeah.
But you need $1,000 mountain bike to do that kind of stuff, really. But yeah,
sure.
if you're just riding around Columbia, mountain bikes suck.
Oh,
They're
dude,
not cool.
I hate out here. There's a gym around the corner, and these motherfuckers at about 6:15 every day. All the cyclists get together and they ride in a crew like they're a motorcycle gang, and they don't follow the rules of the road. So they be on the road like
There's some rebels.
They be fucking shit up, and I don't condone hitting anybody with your car, but sometimes I think to myself, like, all I gotta do is clip one, and the whole parade falls. But I'm not that guy. I'm a nice guy. But when they be like, basically they're all in the road, and they can't ride single file. And I'm just looking like, yo, you motherfuckers, yo. Like, what if somebody's got to, like, go pick up their kid from daycare? Y'all just made somebody late. And daycare late fees are not cheap, son. And these motherfuckers out there just cycling along in their bitch-ass bikes. Fucking throw their bike in the fucking lake.
One day I'd like to get a motorcycle, but one thing that I get annoyed by, like, especially it seems Harley riders drive safe, and they just cruise. Mm-hmm. And then you see, like, people like, watch out for motorcycles. I agree with that. Except then, every single person I haven't seen a person on a sports bike drive safe ever.
No, never.
They come up on the right side of cars. You can't see them coming because they come so fast. And I'm like, and they get pissed that a car will change lanes in front of them. Like, dude, you're going 100 miles an hour in a little ass sport bike that we can't hear you till you're like right behind us. And you definitely can't see them in your mirror because you come out of nowhere. And then you just weave in and out of everyone and then get mad at cars. And those are the motorcycles man, most people I know that had an actual sport bike, I don't know many people that did, but they all got in an accident.
I don't know if I know anyone. I know I have to know someone. Like, yeah, a couple of my teammates.
So I imagine if you did own one of those bikes, it would be hard to just cruise in because they're built for speed. And,
yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, they're not meant like a Harley. Like you can like straight up cruise. Like those, no, you kind of have to. Not only that, it's just so tempting. Like they're so powerful.
Yeah, if you can do it, and I mean it's so easy to do. So I get why they do it, but yeah, at the same time, stop with this watch for motorcycles. Why don't they watch for the cars in front of them?
Yeah, tell them to watch. I'm doing my job. I'm chilling. Are they chilling? Are they following the rules of the road?
They're definitely not following the rules of the road.
Fuck them. All right. Well, look, man. We got NBA champions were crowned. I was hoping that we went to a game 7 because it'd be on tonight. So we put it on the background, but instead we're watching.
Yeah. Oh, he's got his feelings hurt.
Oh no, like you weren't looking when he was staggering. The fight should have been stopped a long time ago, but the ref was just like, nah, keep it going, keep hitting him. He ain't dead. So
yeah, he looks different. He looks like he's about to throw up. He got that dizzy. But yeah, congratulations, Wardell.
I mean,
I think
he got the MVP. So
deservedly so. And now, I mean, there's the talk of him being an all-time great.
Let's relax. Well, so when they talk about all-time great, they're like, is he in talks with like LeBron, Kobe, Jordan? Is he in that category? And I was like, I can't say that he is, but I'm also like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, the arguments you can make that he is 4-time champion, 2-time MVP, finals MVP. Only won one finals MVP, which some of the others. And I started thinking today, there's some people that don't get mentioned for some reason as all-time greats. One was Akeem. I don't know why he doesn't, because Akeem Olajuwon was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, he was unstoppable, really, as a center. He was the only center with, like, moves. He was back when, like, the centers were just, like, Shaq style of just back down, one move.
Well,
he used to do that, a little shake.
That's the weird thing about, like, Olajuwon. It's like, yeah, no one mentions him, but it's like, you can't deny that dude was great. But it's just his name never comes up.
I bet skill-wise, he might be the best skilled center.
I mean...
Because he could shoot. And he was big. He led the league, and I'm pretty sure he was one of the best at blocks.
Yep.
But yeah, you don't hear him mentioned ever in terms of an all-time great. People put Kareem, but again, Kareem was a beast, but he was also one of those. He was like Frank Gore of the NBA, of just played friggin' forever.
Yeah.
Had the sky hook. But yeah, I guess you gotta put him. It was funny. Someone said he's the all-time best small player, and I was like, why you gotta like have a category for that?
Well, I mean, because we're in that age though where there's a category for everything. So it's like, so he's the best guy who has watches. Like, well, don't they all wear?
Yeah, I was
watches?
looking too at like, who was it? I don't know which NBA player. I was looking up someone else. I was curious about them, and they were showing all the records they had, and some of the records were stupid. Oh no, it was LaDainian Tomlinson actually. For some reason, I was looking him up today, but it was like some of the records were silly. It's like he has the most touchdowns in a 3-game span. He has the most touchdowns in a 4-game span. He has the most touchdowns in a 5. I was like,
now you're just making shit up. Like, you're just making records up at that point.
I like the all-time season touchdown record. That's a legit record, but this little like. It's same with like most points scored by 18 years old. Like, why is that a stat?
Yeah, I mean, I think in some cases when they say something like that, they try to use that as a predictor of greatness. Like, okay, so he had this many points by this age. He's number 2 behind LeBron James. So that just says he's destined to be great. It's like, or hear me out on this. Maybe that stat doesn't matter.
Yeah, some of them get ridiculous. It'll be like, he has the most double-doubles on a Tuesday in December after the 13th.
When it's cloudy. And it's like, okay. Like, who are the other contenders for this record?
But yeah, on the other end, Jason Tatum set the record for most turnovers in the playoffs. At 100.
Yeah,
That's pretty impressive.
There's a meme. Dude, like there was so many memes I couldn't even. I was overwhelmed. I wanted to post them, but it was just too much going on. I was like, oh my god, dude, like relax, stop.
So I mean, yeah, it could have been competitive, but he just no-showed, and I always got the vibe from him. And then again, maybe he's hurt, maybe there's something else going on with him, but he just doesn't seem to have like that fire. He's all laid back, and
I mean,
if he was hurt, sometimes you gotta amp yourself up. I mean, he didn't look like he was playing really hard, like it was the championship.
I mean, I don't know. There's always talks about, and I'm completely honest as far as NBA goes. I'm out of the loop with any NBA talk, like in recent years. So it's like when you say a player's name, I'm like, I guess, is he great? Who is he? What? Oh, he won MVP? Okay, cool. I mean, but, when you look at, like, these young players, it's like, all right, so you got Tatum. And, people were, heavy on this guy. They like this kid. He's good. It's like, okay, but when it's, when everything's on the line, when it's game time. Like,
yeah, he doesn't really seem to elevate his game. He's just, if he's on, he stays on. But he doesn't have that extra gear. Curry does have that. Curry is an assassin. Like, he could be off all game. He's still gonna. He's
except for
gonna
that game where it was
quarter.
0 for 9 from 3.
Yeah, but he's still trying though. Like,
Yeah,
you
true,
see it
true.
in him. Where Tatum looks like he's like depressed and like, fuck this shit.
He's like, I don't want to shoot anymore. Fuck this. Calls his grandma at halftime. Can you
Yeah,
come
he
get
does
me?
look like he's gonna cry after the end of the game. Like, man, this is just bullshit. I don't want to play anymore.
I'm tired of this game. I quit. Like you like. Well, no. Who was it with the Bills? They quit at halftime. They just rolled out, like left.
It was what's
Retired.
his name from Maryland's brother, Vernon Davis's brother.
Yeah, like, he just.
What was his
like,
name? Something Davis. Vontae Davis.
Something
like that.
I don't know. I don't think it was Vontae Davis. I don't know. Doesn't matter. He quit though in the middle of the game, like essentially retired mid game. That's wild. It wasn't even like it was late in the season. I think it was like maybe within the first quarter of the season. Dude was just like, I ain't got time for this shit. I'm rich as fuck. I'm done. I want to go home and play fucking Madden.
I wonder if he used himself.
I got this Christian Bale action figure. We're at Target for Father's Day, and you know me. I see an action figure, I gotta buy it. Hey, look, I didn't even want it. Sarah's like, oh, because they haven't had any Legends in the store lately. So, oh, they got this one. They got 3 of them. I was like, grab it, just get it. And then I got a new one in the cabinet over there. I know that one's going to be a tough one to get. Everyone's trying to get it. There are 2 there. I said, pick them both up. Like, I'm not the kind of person to buy stuff and resell. So I told her, pick them both up. Let's go. And then I was like, you know what? Just put it back because I don't want to resell nothing. That's because I'm not the guy to buy something and resell it for more than what it's worth. But I got my Christian Bale figure here. I'm happy. I got my Salma Hayek figure over there, my Angelina Jolie figure. I like to just buy like the MCU figures and I don't even call them by the comic book character names anymore. I just call them by the actors. Like my Gwyneth Paltrow figure, I got her head. I'm gonna put that shit in a box, like in 7. My Natalie Portman figure. So,
Anita Matilda. You ready to rate this one?
Yeah,
this
yeah.
was a good one. And
it's delicious.
We're done. It's called Nuclear Smile. It's kind of odd name. Mm-hmm. But by Flying Dog out of Frederick. It's a limited release. So I was looking at a lot of the beers we've had recently. Oh, funny story of this beer. So I was getting beer for volleyball. And I had my Jameson with me. So I was like, oh, I'll probably have one shot of Jameson. So then I picked out a Flying Dog that was a new one. We've had the Bloodline Orange. It was a tropical fruit. But then I was like, oh, it's 8%. I don't need 8% beers for volleyball. So I took it back and then instead got a 10% beer. I was going to go lighter, but then I saw the 10%. I was like, oh, I got to get that.
Well, I mean, so Flying Dog is a 10%.
Yeah.
You can't pass that up.
So this is a Hazy Double IPA. Tastes like a typical Hazy Double IPA. Nothing stands out. Kind of got that.
I thought it was pretty tasty.
Orange juicy with the bitter. But yeah, 10%. Wouldn't know. It's not as hazy as a typical hazy.
No, it smelled good from a distance. When you poured, I was like, God damn, what is that? And I poured mine. I was like, we about to get Lady McNitty in this bitch.
Yeah. So this was a good one. What would you give this one?
This is tough because I like it a lot, like a whole lot. It was delicious. 10% really helps.
Yeah, we've had very few over 10%, which, by the way, when I was Googling this one, I think I screenshotted it for you. So I searched Nuclear Smile. Yeah. Oh, it's right on my screen. So I didn't even change my thing.
Oh, I hate when that happens when I'm looking at fucking porn.
This beer is called Tactical Nuclear Penguin. Look at that APV. 32%.
Find it.
I'm like, what? And I was like, this is a beer?
Find
it's
it.
a stout. So it's like...
Oh, I don't know, man.
But 32%? Like, what was the one we did? It was 18, right?
Yeah, the 18.
So 32%
32.
beer.
I don't know. That's a wild one. I'd be down to try it, but let me tell you, it's a stout.
I think it's going to be rough.
Yeah, I probably won't like it. But that 32 is enough to get it a 7.
It's worth. It has to be rated. It's not even a question. It's when will this one be rated? No. See, it's got a score of 81 on here, which actually is pretty low. So it's probably dog shit.
Really worries me. All right, so I'm gonna give this an 8.6. I enjoyed the fuck out of this.
I'm trying to compare it.
Well,
That's what I gave
That's what I was trying to compare.
last week, and I liked last week's a little bit more, but this is still good.
Oh,
You know what? If I give it what I think, I'm giving it just an 8, which will tie it for the lead. So
That's still
now
that's
we got
still
a 3-way tie.
All right, so give me 1 second here.
I'm excited for the next beer.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit us on the pause real quick. Psych, we're back, bitch. We paused for like a minute. Y'all didn't even know that though, did you? So yeah, NBA Finals. Steph got the MVP. That's all there is to it. I don't really care fucking much more else about
It
it.
wasn't a great finals.
No, it was kind of trash. I wouldn't say it was trash.
It was great for
But-
Golden State. As much we were kind of hating on some of them, but they got a lot of "I told you so's," and
Yeah.
it'd be pretty sweet to be them right now.
Yeah, I mean,
They had a lot of trash talk to them. And I see them being better next year.
yeah, that's
Their
that's
young
the
players are really
consensus
good.
that I've been hearing. Is like
Wiggins
everyone's like,
wants to come back, and he's good enough to be a number 2 most places.
I mean,
There's some funny memes of Otto Porter winning that because he looks so much like Wilt Chamberlain. They're like, it's been 45 years since the last one. But I mean, he's great off the bench. I mean, he just got a max deal for the Wizards. I mean, after he left the Wizards, he got a max deal, which was crazy.
yeah, I mean,
And now he's a bench. He's whatever the
6 man.
6-man probably.
Yeah. Eh,
Could even be the 7th on that team. But yeah, they're gonna be good. Memphis,
yeah, they're
look good.
They're definitely.
There was a lot of teams with some major
Right.
injuries during the playoffs. In the East, I think the East was messed up. I don't think Boston should have came out of the East. But like Joel Embiid was hurt. They traded for Harden. I think that fucked up their team.
Yeah.
Brooklyn, I think, just wanted the season to be done. They'll be back next year, though.
Well, that's the thing. When you look at the East, I mean, Miami was number 1 over there. Boston was number 2 or
Yep.
3. So you had Boston. You know, and then the question is like, was Miami really?
No, Miami's
the number 1 over there.
And record-wise, it seemed like the East was better this year than the West, but no, they weren't. It's the West had more better teams. So they're beating up on each other, but the Suns were the number 1 team. I think they had some injuries.
Yeah.
Embiid got hurt with Philly, and they traded for Harden. And not that it didn't work, but I don't know, it didn't work. And I think Brooklyn's gonna be back. Like it seemed like this was the year they had those rules where what's his name, Kyrie couldn't play in half the games whenever they're home games, and it just seemed like that team took this year off. Like, let's just get out of here.
That's fine. Yeah,
Let's
that's
regroup.
fine.
Let's not waste our energy.
They'll be back next year, I'm sure. So yeah.
The
So
Lakers, I think, will be back. So they also had
I hope not.
what's his name? Anthony Davis was hurt. Well, he gets hurt all the time, but he was hurt most of the year. I think they actually are bringing Westbrook back.
I'm sure not by choice.
They're gonna get someone. Then if Luka can get somebody, I don't know who they can get though. They'll at least have Tim Hardaway back, but Luka was good enough; he could carry that team. But they need someone else.
Yeah, they need more than just Luka.
And then we'll see how the Wizards do. They have Porzingis, and they never had Beal and Porzingis out there. Maybe they can be a playoff team.
Well, I mean, next year would definitely be interesting, and I'm here for it. I'll definitely, speak to me being more interested in the NBA this year. A big part of it was just doing the podcast and talking about it, so that definitely plays into it. But over like the previous years, I've just not cared, like, of anything. So
There was a
I'm
period the
interested.
NBA went downhill for a little bit, and then kind of rose back up. This is a weird tasting beer.
yeah, I took the sip and I was like,
This doesn't
I didn't know how
taste
to
like
feel.
what it's supposed to.
it's weird because I took the first sip and it was weird, but then it kind of grew on me a little
Yeah, I
bit.
kind of like it, but it's not what it's supposed to taste like. It's supposed to be orange and lime. It tastes more like I'm getting like that spicy type beer.
Yeah, I ain't getting no orange, no lime out of this motherfucker. So
Or is
yeah,
this broken? It's okay.
it's fine. It's just it's spoiled. So yeah, Father's Day. I went to play some mini golf today, outside and shit. So my daughter, she loves any celebrated day. Father's Day, Grandparents' Day, Mother's Day, birthday, like Halloween.
It's also Juneteenth.
Juneteenth. You know, Jesus Christ, don't fucking tell her that, because she'll be like, it's party time for her. But she burst into the bedroom this morning, 6:30. Like, creeps over to the bed. Happy Father's Day. I was like, okay, cool. She was like, gives me a hug and a kiss. She was like, do you want your card? And you know, mind you, I think it's late at this point. So I was like, yeah. Brings her the card, cute card. She you know, she's reading and writing now, so she wrote all the words and everything on it. And then she goes, you want your gift? I was like, okay, cool. So she, like, one of the gifts is I got a new pillow, because I mangle pillows, like, you know, because fucking dry humping. I'm out of control.
By the way, it's hard to find a good pillow.
Yeah, no.
Because you don't know until you try it. It would feel good in the store, but
Sarah tends to get me like those cooling pillows, but they just got me like a regular, I don't know, fucking pillow. It's nice. It's like fluffy as fuck. So they gave me that on Saturday, and Sophie's like, no, that was for tomorrow. So I was like, chill. So this morning, she goes, you want your other gift? I was like, yeah, sure. And she's like carrying a bag, and like you can see she's struggling. It's heavy, and I'm like, what the fuck? Because I don't really care. It's like, don't get, you know, you don't have to give me no gifts. I don't have anything that I necessarily want. Like, I mean, we got some action figures today, but that wasn't even something. I was like, yeah, give me some action figures. We just saw them. I was like, get them now. So it's a neck thing, I guess. I don't even know what the fuck. It's heavy. But you put it around your neck. I guess it's like kind of a, if you're sitting in a chair or something. Like, I don't know what the fuck it is, but they got it for me. I was like, thanks. Fuck. Like, when I say you shouldn't have, no, I really mean you shouldn't have.
That's why I like to give the thanks for nothing. Quietly.
Nah, I mean, it was nice. It's a thought that counts. That really, really matters. I appreciate it. And, I had it on this morning, actually, because Sophie this morning, like, Sarah woke up, was like, what time is it? I was like, probably like 7:30, 8 o'clock. It was like 6:30. The fuck? And like Sarah kind of started fussing at Sophie. And it's like, look, she's excited. Like, so Sophie goes, Dad, you want to go downstairs? So, I go down to the living room, and I'm fucking tired as fuck. So I was like, yeah. I took my little neck wrap, laid on the couch, covered and all the blankets and pillows were down here. So I was like, fuck. There's like a little bitch ass blanket on the couch. I was like, all right. And at some point, Sophie goes, Dad, can I have some blanket? I was like, bitch, there's only enough room for one human under this blanket, and you ain't it. It's my day. But, it was pleasant. Then we went out to the putt-putt joint. There's this lady, her and her sons in front of us. They brought their own custom golf clubs or putters. They had their own.
The mini golf.
Yeah, they had their own, like, custom balls. Like, this shit was wild. And I was just looking like, I'm watching them. I was like, and when she went up to putt, she, like, taking her time and everything, missing like shit. Like, I'm doing mine on 2 shots. Like, Sophie got a couple hole-in-ones today. Pretty fucking proud of her. That doesn't make up for all the other ones where she took like 15 like shots. It was like, oh, okay, hey, okay, no, just put it in with your hand now. At this point, you suck. But it was fine. It was fun. But I said to Sarah, I was like, I noticed a difference here when we went to Monster Mini Golf. The people that were playing Monster Mini Golf were not the same people that were playing the outside mini golf. If you catch what I'm saying, especially on Juneteenth. Didn't see a lot of my own people at the mini golf course. There are a lot of black people over there at the driving range, though. I was like, that's pretty cool. Not my cup of tea, but cool. Good for you guys. But everybody that was doing putt-putt was white, except for me and Sophie. I was like, that's weird. But at Monster Mini Golf, it's all black in that motherfucker. So I just thought that was an interesting, like, observation. So I was like, I wouldn't read too much into it. I was like, I read too much into everything.
We have to figure out why.
I want to know why there don't know black people at the fucking putt-putt joint out here. Like, I need to know, because if some shit go down, I got to know not to go there.
Which putt-putt do you want to go to? Well, I think I feel obligated to go to the indoor one.
Yeah. It's like, I gotta go to Monster Mini Golf. Why? Because, well, I mean, you know, my people. You know, it's Juneteenth. Like, we gotta go there. How you celebrating Juneteenth today, my friend? Like, do any Juneteenth carols? It'll be your Juneteenth gifts.
I find it weird it's called Juneteenth. Why is it just not June the 19th?
Don't ask me.
So I'm confused, like, every time I gotta think of the name. Juneteenth. What does that mean?
I mean, it's wild because it's like, I know a couple people we graduated with. They've always posted about this shit for years. So that's the only reason I even knew, like, about it. It's like, okay, cool. And now that, you know, it's federally recognized, I wonder if Trump gets back in, does he, like, take that away? I just feel like he comes in and is like, fuck that holiday.
Well, no, he'll probably make it about himself. He'll probably say he started it, and the black people love him. I'm pretty sure he has actually said that sentence. The black people love me.
Yes, he has. I was watching, did I talk about that show on Amazon, The Boys?
Yeah.
So I'm still watching it. Like, I'm finally caught up with everything. But the main hero / villain of the show, he's like, superheroes are like basically outed. You know, they're like celebrities, and you know, they're just like regular people. They have egos, and the most powerful one has the most ego of everyone. But during the live telecast, he's been getting the 3rd degree, and finally he just broke and was like, look, I'm not like y'all. I'm better than y'all. And just went in on everyone. And, you know, there's approval ratings and everything. And his ratings had been down, like, for a while. After that, the one press secretary comes in, like, you're up. Like, he's, like, laying on the couch, like, butt naked. And he's just, in a state of depression. She comes running and she's like, you're up. And then she's like, oh, my God, you're naked. And then she's like, you know, basically saying, yeah, your speech, like, it did well in this demographic, basically white males. And it was like, now you did take a dip in the urban demographic. It was like, I don't fucking care about that. It was like, I'm up. And like, yeah, you have a 98% rating. That's the highest ever. And then she looks down. He goes, he had, I assume, a boner. He goes, that's not about you. Keep talking. But as these last 2 episodes have gone on, there's a lot of shit that he said that sound very Trumpish. And it was like, I see what you guys are doing. You guys are playing that parallel. Okay, I see it. It's funny, very funny. But I'm sure, you know, Trump, same thing. It was like, your approval rating's up. I'm like, oh my God, you're naked. Like, why do you have a boner? Keep talking. Tell me more. But yeah, we're just watching more of that. You had to get caught up on everything. But yeah, Father's Day was pleasant.
Yeah, did I ever tell the funny? It's worth telling if I didn't. The famous Father's Day card.
I think I'm certain you did. Do it again. Do it again.
So my brother, 10 years younger than me, so big age difference. But so I was like his babysitter when I was a teenager. Anyways, he's never one to get gifts for anyone really on holidays. But we're like, you know, when he's young, make a Father's Day card. So he makes one, and he actually makes a comic book type style, where there's a page and then you turn the page and the story went on. So first line was like, Happy Father's Day. Oh, yeah. And it was like normal. But then the next page said fooled. That's it, just fooled. Then the next page is like, I hope you have a great day. Happy Father's Day, another line. And then it gets fooled again. And then the last one was the meanest. So again, this was meant to be a nice card, but it was the meanest Father's Day card ever. So the last page says, you're the best father a kid could have. And then the last page said, fooled once more. And then it just said, Happy Father's Day. That's it.
Brett was a comedic genius before his time, and he did not even know it.
Yeah.
That's fucking magic.
And then we did not give it to my dad. And I was just, when I read it, because he had me look at it first, I was like, oh my God. And my dad would have, like, been super, like, down about that. You're the best father a kid could have. Fooled once more.
I mean, at that point, it's like you say fooled once more, then on the very back says, try harder. Do better.
Maybe next year.
And then underneath in small print, fooled. Or,
Well, that was a classic.
nah. Like, I don't know. Days like Father's Day, it's cool, but it's always just weird.
Yeah, I just called my dad on the way here because he's always going camping for like Father's Day and stuff like that. But it was weird. You'll be mad at me, but I went to Wendy's last night.
So how many fucking times have you gone to Wendy's without me in the last fucking
It was
year?
unplanned.
I mean,
So,
I was fucking home. You
Bag,
got fucking
Bag got
text.
off late, so we drove there. She's never been to Laurel, and just on the way there, I was just telling her because where my dad had two different shops. He always called it shop in Laurel. We drove by them both, and you went by one of them, I think.
Yeah,
the blue and red building one. Mm-hmm. Terrible the colors. Like it still looks. It's that weird blue. Like that's just dated. It doesn't look good at all. But his first shop, I know you didn't see, but it was on this. It's right off Route 1, and this, the Route 1 splits.
Yeah.
And there's a little street in between. It was actually Laurel's first jail, that building. It's super old. It's still there. But yeah, drove by that. So I was trying to tell my dad that story because I think he would have appreciated it. He can't hear me on the phone. So he's just like, uh-huh. And I'm like, there's no uh-huh. So he's just kind of like, well, thanks for calling. So whenever he can't hear me anymore, he just like, oh, thanks for calling. Oh, okay.
I always get annoyed when I'm talking, more so with my wife, when I'm talking and I'm like telling like a story or something, because all my fucking stories are important, dude. Fuck everyone. And she'll give a response that was not at all, wasn't a question. It's like, I've called her out on a couple. I was like, I didn't ask a question. That wasn't really a yes or no question that was asked there. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm distracted. It was like, yeah, obviously. Like, I'm pouring my heart out to you, and you're fucking distracted. Okay. Dude, 22 years, dude. I guess, something's right there, because, I don't know. I think I'm kind of shitty sometimes. She'll say something like, yeah, don't talk to me. Shit like that. She was like, oh, okay, so it's one of those days. Yeah, it's one of those days. I'm like, okay. Maybe we like the abuse. Maybe we like being mean to each other. And it was like, the next thing you know, we fuck. So
those hate fuck.
Well, no, it's actually never we don't really hate fuck. It's just never that's just not a thing for me. It's like, I don't want to have sex, but I don't want to be
well, it's kind of like the
it.
whole what do you call it? The 50 Shades of Grey type thing.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like, but if you like your wife or spouse, it's kind of strange to do some of those things.
I showed you the one chick last week. And it was like, ugh. like she's one of those always calling herself a brat. So I guess she's into that world. And it's always weird because I'll see her post and it's like, bitch, shut up. I don't know. It's like I guess these days everybody's got a club. Everybody's got a group. Everybody's part of something. And then when I see her posting that stuff. When I see other people post it, in that world, it's like, oh, okay, that's cool when I see her post it. But I think it's just because, of conversing with her and just hearing just how fucking dumb she is. It's like, you just want to belong to something, which most people do, though. I think that is just the thing. Everybody wants to be a part of something, that's fine. I was like, sometimes it's like, you just want to pick the most obscure, off the fucking rail thing, though. I want to be a brat. What's a brat? Well, okay, so since you don't know, I'm going to go ahead and explain it. It's like, don't explain it. Because if you're going to be that way, it's like, why? Now I don't think I'm really friends with that person.
And when you got to label it, that already discredits it to me.
Yeah.
What? So you read something online, decided, I'm going to be that too.
Yeah. It's like, when did you stumble into this? But then it also makes me want to know too. It's like maybe they've gone through something, and it's just like, okay, that's their way of kind of be like, I'm going to beat this by embracing it. It's like, okay. So maybe I should have been nicer about what I just said. Fuck her anyway. Anyhow, actually though, that kind of goes into this movie I watched last night called The Sadness. So it's a horror movie. And horror movies get weird because some movies people are like, that's not a horror movie. And it's like, I mean, it depends on what angle you look at it from. Some shits are scary as fuck. But then there's some things that are listed that aren't horror movies, that aren't listed as horror movies. They really are horror movies, and vice versa. So this movie, The Sadness, there's a virus going around. There's not a lot of information on it. So anybody that wants details on it, don't ask me. I'm not a virologist. But there's a lot of tongue-in-cheek pokes at America and COVID and how we handled it. And, like, a lot of things are too on the nose. It was like, oh, you motherfuckers are trying to be funny right now. It's subtitled. It's from China, of course. And what happens is something's going on where people become aggressive, like aggressively violent, and start, like, essentially killing people. But then as the movie goes on, you start seeing it's not just killing. People are fucking people. Like, there's like, okay, I just killed someone, now I'm going to fuck them. There's one particular scene, you see a group of people beating the shit out of a dude. They get to a point, you know, and they're communicating, they're talking. They're, like, laughing hysterically and just talking. And they go, one goes, I have an idea. And he grabs some barbed wire. Like, what are you doing? So they put the barbed wire around the guy's legs, like up his groin. And then they grab, like, two of them grab either leg and, like, ram him into a pole. And the main antagonist, the protagonist, the good guy of the film, I don't know which one is which. I think the protagonist is the good guy. The main protagonist, he comes over and he rescues the guy. He chases the other guys off. And the guy, he gets up and goes, he's all fucked up. Fucking face is swollen. He's beat to shit. He's bloody. He goes, why'd you stop them? I was just about to get off. He was like, what? And then the other guys come chasing him. But basically, you find out later on in the movie, whatever's going on, this virus, it fucks with a part of the brain where pleasure, like sexual desire and aggression are linked. And the rest of the brain is kind of a slave to those two things. And right now those things are just overpowering. That's what the virus is making everyone do. And, there's no word on how it spreads or anything. But, you see everybody wearing a mask and stuff. And, there's one scene where this guy sticks an umbrella through this chick's eye. She's alive. She survives it. And the female protagonist, she's helping her. She's saving her. Very sweet girl, very pretty girl. And they get to a point where they're now at a hospital. And the chick whose eye got punctured out, that guy who did it returns. Because he's in it for that girl who helped her. He goes, oh, I remember you. You're the fat one. Well, where's your pretty friend? Well, she's not here. Well, and as Sarah and I are watching, she goes, he's going to fuck her in the eye. I was like, no, he's not. Yeah, he actually is. Wow, okay, this is fucked.
Damn, I don't know about this.
So
I don't think I want to see it.
No, you don't. You don't.
It reminds me of a hostel, but it sounds worse.
So it's weird because it is, but it isn't. So I've heard a lot of people talk about it, and they're like, there's kind of mixed reviews. Everyone thought it was a good movie in the way that it was put together as a movie. The story was good, but the violence, a lot of people are like, I can't take this. Even there are a couple parts I had to look away. And there's not
at least
much.
It had a story. Hostel, really
it had a
didn't
story.
have much of a story.
No, Hostel was trash. But yeah, we watched it and I don't know. It was, I sent there's a video clip from the movie I sent to my teammate because there's a jiu-jitsu move being done. He goes, oh shit, zombie jiu-jitsu? I was like, it's not exactly a zombie movie, but maybe it is, I guess, in an unconventional way. But it's one of those things where I don't know that I will watch it again. But if someone goes, hey, should I watch this? I would say yes, check it out. Does it have rewatch value? I don't think so. But also, I felt that way about Martyrs as well. Martyrs is worth seeing, but Martyrs is not worth watching again. So, the sadness. And that was the thing, too. I heard people describe, like, a specific thing, and I was like, well, it's called The Sadness. Like, why is it called The Sadness? Like, I don't know. I just didn't get it. That's the only thing. That's my only gripe. It's like the title seemed kind of dumb. But the movie was fine. It was decent. But yeah, a whole lot of fucking going on. Blood-covered fucking. And
I fucking yeah, I saw a messed up meme today,
Yes,
and it was like
tell
a realistic. I mean, a real meme. The guy was checking out stuff at a store, and the girl working the cash register had an eye patch.
Yes.
He said after she, got this payment, he's like, "Is that the new iPad?" And she's like, "Excuse me," and he's like, "Is that the new iPad?" And then he gets kind of like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
That's
pretty messed up.
It was like
Funny.
we were talking about because the one chick in the movie who had the eye poked out. I was just like, it was like the girl goes, "What's your name?" And I was just like, "Oh, please tell me it's fucking Cyclops. Like, please tell me it's One Eye Jack." It's like Molly. I was like, you can't make any fucking one eye jokes about Molly. That's dumb. Like they should have gave that girl a different name. And then there's another character they like kind of involved with those two girls. The chick with the one eye punched him in the face. And, like at some point they're in the hospital and the nurses come over and grab the girl who had the missing eye. And he goes, "What about me?" And the nurse puts the light up his nose. She goes, "It's not broken. Get the fuck away from me." And he turned out to be a fucking prick later on. Then he got like mauled by like the crazies and fucked as well. It's pretty fucked up. But
Sounds like a good family movie.
yeah, I mean, we were trying to get Sophie to watch, but she went to sleep early. So, So yeah, that was it. Well, I got another one. I'll talk about that later. It's a short film. But you watch anything this week?
Yeah. So I finished both Matrix 2 and
That was
3.
a rhetorical question. I didn't care. No, I'm fucking with you.
So now I can watch the last one, which I started today.
How's that
The
working
last
out
one
for you?
starts off weird because it made me question, like, was this all a dream? But now, I mean, I get it.
Were
now.
you reading Word Up magazine?
Hell yeah. But yeah, the rewatching them. So I don't think I ever saw the third one. The second one had maybe the longest action scene I've ever seen. The third one too. It's just like that battle when the machines come into the whatever they call it, the dock.
Yeah.
It's so long, and I mean it is great footage, but I think to me, I've always been more into a story. So when it's these super prolonged action scenes, even though they look cool, I'm like, I wanted to just fast forward. Like, all right, I just need to know the end result. Did they win or lose? Because this is too long.
You go to Wikipedia and look it up.
Yeah, it's like watching someone play a video game for 45 minutes. I want to say the second one is when is it the second or third when he fights the hundreds of Mr. Smith, the one.
I feel like that was I want to say it's the third, but maybe
Smith.
not.
So yeah, I mean that scene is so long. I mean, granted, there's some great action scenes from it, but it's like, good lord, that could have been. We could have got that over in 2 minutes and understood the point.
Yeah.
So I'll just say that the second two Matrixes have way too long of action scenes. But I mean, it's a cool. I'm not thrilled with the way it ended. It's kind of weird. Like Neo's a computer program. It's just like, why are these computer programs? Why do they karate fight each other in the Matrix? They're doing all types of crazy. Like that's how they fight. And I'm guessing in the third, from what I've seen so far, is because it implied he's a program this has happened several times. They like kill off Zion, then they let Neo come back and rebuild a certain population of Zion over and over. And they implied the machines have destroyed Zion several times. So I'm guessing there was some kind of truce with the way Matrix 3 ended, where they needed him to, like, he did them a favor by killing Smith, because Smith was copying itself and could have threatened the existence of the Matrix. So he did them a favor, and I'm guessing they let the people live. But yeah, the way it starts, I'm guessing Neo must have went back to the Matrix and just reset everything, and now they need him again, because apparently he's a program. So I don't fully get everything with the Matrix. The first Matrix, I wish it just ended there, because that was a neat idea.
It should have.
Like, this whole, like, living enslaved to a simulation, that was pretty cool.
I mean, I love the first Matrix. I thought it was damn near perfect. We could have left it alone. Once they made that second one, and the second one was only to set up the third one, because I think they both released the same year. if I remember correctly. One came out early summer, the other one came out like late
Yeah, it was
summer.
close because the second one's purely to set up the third one.
And
There's nothing resolved.
like I just felt like I'm gonna be honest. I'm pretty certain I went to see both of them in theater, and I was just like, okay, what like. And I remember buying them. I own the set. I bought the second and third one. I remember watching them again, thinking maybe I just got to sit down and watch them again. And it's just a hard watch. It's like like my one friend Joe, he loves that fucking franchise, and that's fine. That's good for him. He gets it. I don't. But again, it's not. It wasn't made for me, obviously. But this fourth one, I tried watching it, and it starts off in a way where it's like, you know what, I'm into it, and I think there's a certain point. I just check out. I was like, why am I still here? I think Sarah fell asleep. When I saw she fell asleep, I was like, I don't got to keep watching
Yeah,
this.
I'll finish this one just so I can finish this series. But yeah, the first one could have just ended and it would have been great. Creative idea, but it was weird. Even the fourth one's kind of poking fun of like the sequels because they're like comparing it to a video game that he makes, and he's just like, yeah, you had to make the second two because the first one did so well.
Well, it's funny also, because they had like a video game and animated.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think so. I actually watched a YouTube video afterward just to help explain it again. Like, did I get everything right? And they did say I think the Animatrix was some kind of that is actually part of the. Yeah. If you want to fully understand everything, that one was part of it too.
Yeah,
which most people probably didn't see that one.
No, my buddy Joe did. Again, he loves that world, and it's like, I love the concept of it. But once you start expanding, sometimes you don't need to expand on things. Sometimes it's okay just to give you that teaser. Like, a lot of times with movies, like franchises like this, I like to just watch that first one that made it all make sense. Like, okay, we don't need, like, Final Destination. I enjoy that franchise, but the rest of those movies are trash. And I just watched the first one last night because Sarah and I our August episode of So You Like Horror is going to be on Final Destination. But I watched, I was like, dude, do we really need to watch the other four? It's like, no. Sometimes it's okay just to go back and watch that first one that was great and could have ended there. And just pretend that's where it stopped. Although with that, it did kind of end in a way where you could have left it alone or you could have made more. But that was also kind of the thing with, what was that fucking movie? Insidious. That was written in a way to only be one. And they're like, well, it made money. May as well make more. Now here we are. About to get a fifth one. Dog shit. So go ahead, watch that fourth Matrix, man. Come back and tell me how you feel afterwards. I'll already let you know.
We got it.
Unsatisfied. That's cool. I got you.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say we gotta have you watch Maverick, but I guess it's still in theater.
Yeah. No. I'm gonna watch Maverick. So we'll get to that. All right. You want to rate this beer?
Yeah, so this one's called Summer Crush. It's a citrus wheat beer. It's supposed to have flavors of orange and lime zest. And I say supposed to because I didn't get either of those. This tasted like one of those, I forget what the style is. It's like a Belgian, where it's like spicy.
Yeah, it was a little weird. A little weird.
But yeah, it was not a fruit, or I wouldn't consider this a summer beer. The bottle makes it look like it would taste amazing.
It looks like...
Shout out to the advertiser, but you tricked me.
Got that beer looking like it's from the Palisades.
With that said, though, I do like it. It's just not at all what I was expecting.
I don't not like it. Like
I wouldn't consider it a summer beer. It tastes like
this. Let me get another.
It is 5%, so a little bit better than a typical lager. Let me get. I think there is one last.
Yeah. It's all right. I mean,
yeah, I like it.
It's funsies.
It's not really getting the fruit flavor.
Yeah. I don't know.
I describe it as, I don't know how to describe it, but if you a Belgian beer is what it tastes like to me. What would you give this one?
I'm gonna give this a 6.7.
Okay, so I was close. I had written it down earlier, 6.9. So we're on the same page. So that means it's accurate as hell. So mail that in.
Yeah, if y'all want to fucking contest us about it, see me out back.
If we're in 0.2 of each other on a weird beer like this, that's accurate. We're right. If you're not in the range, you're wrong.
Yeah, come sign the waiver, son. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't dislike it. I it's enjoyable for sure. It's definitely a weird one, but it's enjoyable all the same. Hey, you want that dartboard over there?
Where?
So I'm about to throw it out because the initial plan was to put it up down here. I was like, because when I had the foosball table and everything, I was like, I'll just make like a game room down here. And I was like, nah, we're not. Because Sarah was like, oh, so you're gonna put holes in my wall now? I was like, bitch, you ain't gonna be down here. Shut the fuck up.
Man, my dad has a really nice dartboard, like the really big, and it was that intricate, painted dragons on it. Never
Nice.
used it before. I'm sure they still have it, but it's like, a waste. They never.
I'm certain he does, Steve. Come on.
He keeps everything. By the way, this is called birthday suit.
Okay.
I think they're supposed to be naked. She
She's
looks
not.
like she's covering
Okay,
herself
yeah, I see
with
it
a
now.
present.
I guess that's always kind of depressing. It's like just be naked.
She is.
No,
She's in a
I mean,
present.
titties and all.
But why does he gotta be sitting over there? Oh, you don't want to be in the pool?
I mean, let him stay
And
over
then why
there.
are they in the kids' pool?
Yeah, that's suspect. That's suspect as shit. Is this Jeffrey Epstein beer? That's a real question.
So yeah, we've not had a beer by this company. But yeah, speaking of birthdays, this will come out on Bear's birthday, so I just want to say happy birthday. She's on her way here. Maybe she'll give us some presents.
Dude, like you pour that beer,
Yeah, that's a
there's
lot of head.
so much head, dude. I'm concerned for you.
But yeah, we're gonna go to Ocean City next weekend to celebrate Bear's birthday, and we'll, as we mentioned, we'll see if you can maybe come. That'll be a special episode.
We might have a very special episode. We'll see. We'll see. I've never been to Ocean City.
Yeah,
I've been here.
It'll be a fun time. So it's
July 24th will be the 30-year anniversary of me living here. I moved here July 24th, 1992. And I've not been to Ocean City in that time. I've never, when people make the trips up there, it's just never been something that crossed my mind as something I want to do. Like, I don't really like beaches anyway.
so yeah. This is what I was gonna say with Ocean City. So yeah, So I've got to travel some. So the beaches.
This is weirdly good.
All right, I haven't taken a sip
This is
yet.
like a fucking juice.
I poured 8 inches ahead in my glass. I'm gonna let it settle for a second. But
I'll
thing
put
with-
that out for you, buddy.
the thing of Ocean City is, well, all the East Coast beaches up north. We have the rough waves. It's not the prettiest as compared to down south Florida. But the thing about Ocean City, it's actually rated now in the top 10 beaches in the US because
Yeah, I saw
the
that.
boardwalk is fun. It's got what would you call it? The bars with character, no chains. The kind of bars we like. It's like a bunch of second chances in Ocean City. But yeah, I mean, it's got these little mom and pop bars everywhere. It's just got a lot of fun things to do. Where if you're not a beach person, you probably will have more fun at Ocean City than as opposed to going to an actual nice beach where you got to spend time at the actual beach.
So I think that's part of it because I know Sarah always talks about how trashy it is. It's like, well, probably because you want to go to the actual beach.
Yeah, it has gotten significantly better, but I'll say East Coast beaches, probably about Maryland and up. I mean, we don't have the aqua blue water. It's not to do with the water being dirty.
Look.
It's just the way it is.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't trust any place with aqua blue water anyway because I always feel like that's a simulation. This is yeah, right, fucking weird.
So this is a sour. We don't normally like sours,
But
but
this
I
is
like
weird
this.
as fuck. This is weird, yo. I took that first sip. I was like, well. So when I was pouring it, I was like, what's that smell? Something smells fucking zesty, sweet.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with this, and it's actually a 5%er.
I don't know, man.
I was expecting this to be low 4s when I just took a sip.
So I will say this. This falls into that category of it's tasty, but I couldn't drink more than 2 of them. But it's a nice surprise. It mixes the bag up a little bit. If you gave me a variety pack and one of these is in there,
Yeah, see, this would
I'm
be
pretty
fun
happy.
if, all right, say you come up and we're playing beer pong. We're drinking some Miller Lights, but we gotta switch it up. This
So,
would be a good little
I think the thing is though,
palate
too,
cleanser.
if I came up there, that's the thing is if I came up there just with Sarah work and everything, knowing that I have to be back is I have to get up there I feel like 10 o'clock. Like I want to get there like dumb early so I can at least like kick on the door.
That's the time
fucking wake y'all up.
to arrive though. Like,
and then basically if I want to leave and feel comfortable getting home, I want to leave by 2 so I know that I'm home in time. Traffic dependent. Because I don't know. I've never been out there. I don't know what that's just like. 2 or 3 just because she's got to work. So in most cases she's got to leave by like 8. But I think she's going to get this one job that's going to be like 30 minutes away, hopefully. Because this one family, because all the families she ends up working with tends to be in Virginia and D.C. But there's this one she applied for. She told her boss, like, look, let me get this one. Like with the cost of gas going up, and like she's one of the top most requested people. It's like, you owe me this bitch. Like fucking let me do it. So if she ends up getting that, I don't know if that starts next week. If that's the one, I think she doesn't have to leave until like 10.
Ocean City's normally about 3 hours. It's not a bad drive though. I would always say Atlantic City's easier because it's more straight, but Ocean City's not a bad drive. And I mean, even if somehow you could come, I know you probably can't do overnight, but I mean, we'll be there from Saturday, Sunday to Monday.
Overnight is actually more likely than
I'm sure.
Showing.
I don't know if we had. I can bring I have a mattress pad in case. I don't know what our room has. Oh,
son.
Well, we'll bring that. You'll have a better bed than us.
I got my own fucking bed, son.
And I promise it won't be like something we experienced years ago.
Oh my God, no.
Squishing sounds.
Jesus Christ.
Near your head.
That was just disturbing on a lot of levels, to the point where I was like, I gotta go home, dude. I remember he chased me to the hall. He was like, yo, don't leave. It was more like, don't leave me here alone.
No, it was don't leave me here.
And I was like, no, I gotta go. You're like, no, don't leave. I was like, look, I'm gonna hang out for a little while.
Damn, we should have both just left.
That probably would have been the move. But, well, no, because I think I don't
think we could have.
In the one situation of it, though, too, like, you being a good dude didn't want to leave the other person there. Whereas me, I was like, I'm not a good dude. And I was like, fuck all y'all, man. I'm out of here. So, but no.
What was it you had? The Jim Beam handle. That was rough. I don't think I could do that. And by the way, Bea bought, and she had one last night to try. It was, one of those canned mixed drinks, which I've heard good things about the mixed flavored Crown Royal.
Yeah.
But this was a drink, not the same thing as the liquor itself. So it was peach. I think it's peach Crown Royal.
Yeah, they got a peach one.
But it was the can. So I was like, oh, this sounds good. And she wanted to try one. Take a sip. It just tastes like Crown Royal. It's like, I can't drink a can of Crown. This is disgusting. So it wasn't like the liqueur, or if you consider it liqueur, I guess. Because I know that's supposed to taste really good. And I've yet to have it yet. I had the apple.
So I got that.
Was it Crown Royal apple?
Yeah,
that one's good.
Yeah, it's good as shit. Oh yeah. You had it with the apple cider, right?
Not with apple
cider.
Dude, I bet that's good though.
Oh my God, that is dangerous. Because I poured one of those, some ice.
So that is the thing. If you can make it down, we'll probably buy stuff from the store so we don't spend money out.
Let me see what Sarah's schedule is next week. Because I don't think she's working Saturdays. She doesn't typically work Saturdays.
I would like to take you to one bar, though. It's called Mug and Mallet. And they'll serve you a light beer. And the top layer of it will be frozen. It's so good.
The only thing with Saturday is it would have to be, it'd be after work. Because I work Saturday. But let me talk to Sarah, see if she's not working, as long as there's no static there. I think I might try. Look, if I do, I'll bring up the equipment. Let's go ahead, pour some drinks.
Bea will be down.
Go about.
I think she could be a guest.
No, I was gonna say no. It doesn't. She's on. We're all.
By the way, this is one of the presents I got for her, and I gotta say I put it together today. Yo, I didn't get up for 3 hours. This shit is super comfortable. So it's a swing.
Dude, I could watch so much porn.
I was gonna say on the podcast, I probably sound like I was talking about a sex swing, but if you could see, there's a chain holding it up, so it rocks both back and forth. Like it's comfortable as hell.
Looks comfortable. Like
so
I said,
obviously, where we move now,
dude, I could sit
not
there
in
and
the greatest of
probably
locations.
jerk off for like 4 hours in there.
Yeah, I was like to play video games in this chair, like because my TV's actually right in front of that. I was like, I don't think I would get up.
I wonder, you know what I haven't tried? Like, so sometimes I'll play NBA while on an exercise bike just to help the time. It gets difficult because if I miss a shot, like, you know, there's a, like reaction, like, yo, what the fuck? So, and I'm pedaling, I was like, fuck, I'm going to try jerking off while riding an exercise bike. I want to see what that's like. It probably won't go well. It's probably going to be a fucking disaster, but I got to try.
Maybe it's better.
Got to try. I mean, I haven't tried on the treadmill or the elliptical, so...
But now you got two things to try.
No, the treadmill, I know that's a disaster. Like, that's just like basically jerking off while walking. That makes sense at all. That shit sucks.
I mean, there's some creepers.
Yeah, but I'm not one of them. But yeah, like I'll check into it because I think
we got one of
could be
those
some
cool
fun.
'60s motels. We're right a block
say
away from the boardwalk.
I say we still record Thursday, just as a safeguard. Because I'm not guaranteeing that I'm going to make it on Saturday. But if we record Thursday, we have the fallback episode. If we record Thursday, then we record Sunday or Saturday or whenever, then we have that as kind of the follow-up. So then we really have a week off, essentially. We have one, you know, we have a cushion where there's no real rush. So, I don't know. We'll work it out.
If somehow it could be Saturday night, that would be amazing.
Well, that's probably the best bet for me is to do Saturday night versus doing Sunday morning.
Come, yeah, we'll have fun that night, and then you could leave whenever you need to. That morning.
Because if I show up Sunday morning, like first off, I gotta leave at fucking like 7 or 8 in the morning. I'm already not happy.
I've always wanted to. So you know, we got longboards. We haven't done it in a while, just because schedule wise it's not worked out, but I was like, I've always wanted to do it at the boardwalk because it's nice and flat, but I'm not nearly good enough to do it with people on the boardwalk. It's like I'll get up early one day and try it out. We'll go longboarding down the boardwalk, not with people though. I don't know how to stop.
Make sure
steer a little bit.
Like this would be the right time to have a Colompton t-shirt. Just throwing it out there.
So yeah,
I'm definitely gonna wear my BJJ Wiki shirt out there if I go, just so people know what time it is.
Should interview people.
Yeah, walk up to people like, "What's up?" So, what's up, baby?
beer tasting.
Yeah. Walk up like, here, crack this one.
Hey,
open.
we're gonna be in a not shady, but it's one of those old school motels that like I feel like you meet. Those are the type of motels you make friends.
Dude,
no one's there to be impressive. They're there to have fun.
I make friends everywhere I go, unfortunately. And some of those friends are creepers. That's just a fact. And you know what's okay with that, though? Is I'm comfortable with it. Because it's like, you're a creeper, that's fine. There's a distance that's going to be kept, but as soon as you cross out of that distance, I will choke you. I don't have a problem with that. I don't want to, though. So, there was this one dude for my job. He was a nice guy. I tried to help him out, tried to be friendly. He started kind of overstepping his boundaries. So I had to, I directly told him I'd choke him. But it was like in a nice way. Like, kind of like a joke, but like kind of giving that look like, no, really, I'll fuck you up. He was like, oh, yeah, okay. I was like, no, really, no. I'm just letting you know, if you step out of bounds again, I will be forced to hurt you. I was like, okay, all right. I was like, okay, cool. He never stepped out of bounds again, but then at some point I just had to stop fucking with this dude. I gotta stop really fucking with just strangers, yo. Like I told you the story. Like I'm certain I told you the story when like Mario and I almost got killed in fucking Dundalk. It's like it was all because I gave a stranger a ride home, just making friends. Then the motherfucker was like, "Here, you want to take a fucking vodka and pickle juice shot?" Like what?
By the way, I've still yet to do that, and I keep seeing TikTok saying it's amazing.
It's good though. It's just weird because when we asked for it, they pulled that shit out like that shit was like they get asked that all the time. I've never heard that shit asked for it at the Phoenix. They pulled that shit out like they were excited. Like yeah, absolutely.
I can see the pickle juice greatly reducing the alcohol taste.
Yes,
but yeah, I don't believe I've had one yet.
It's fucking delicious, so good. So, oh, excuse me, big burp. The little burp.
Big burp, little burp.
Oh my god. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's like I know I had a bunch of shit to talk about this week. I didn't write all my notes down though.
We didn't have it on the board.
Yeah.
Well,
I started
let's
writing
rate this
shit.
beer because I drank.
Is there any more? There's some more. Finish that.
Oh, this is an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's called Birthday Suit Guava Mojito Tart, and it's a sour type beer. Which for us, I think we had one sour beer that we liked. I do remember sour beers typically don't score well with us. We got some, I guess, some naked people on the can. It's kind of wild, the can, to be honest. You'll have to see the picture. Go check out our... We got shadow banned, which is rude.
I don't know that it's necessarily shadow banned.
Well, the way I know we are is if you search our hashtags, we don't show up.
So that's not always completely accurate, though. That's not accurate. I mean, I'm not saying that, but that reasoning isn't always the reasoning. Sometimes the shits just don't show up. Because I know people that aren't shadow banned, who's like the hashtags aren't showing up. The people who are shadow banned, their shit does show up. So, like, a lot of that shit gets extremely funky, but it's whatever.
It'll
man.
wear off. But one way you can tell that we're not showing up in the hashtags was the Colompton Social Club hashtag. Nothing on our post is showing up except for if I post from Thor Bentley. But regardless, this was a great. This is kind of a refreshing beer. I agree with you. Like, I don't want. Probably on the third, I'd be sick of it.
Yeah.
But the first two, I'm gonna be like, yo, this is fun, and I'm gonna crush this. Actually, it's pretty crushable.
Yeah, that's good.
So yeah, while the last beer was supposed to be a summer beer, this tastes more of a summer beer to me.
Yeah, for sure.
It's got flavors of guava, mint, and a splash of lime, which I do taste. So unlike I don't necessarily get the mint, but I got the guava and the lime. Yeah, this is my favorite sour beer, I'm willing to say.
Okay. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Let's do these scores for it.
It's it's based out of Salt Lake City.
That's why it tastes funny.
And those are definitely not Mormons, though.
It tastes funny because it got that Mormon flavor to it. I'm going to give this one, you know what? I really do enjoy it. So I'm going to give it a 7.
And I think the company you would pronounce it is, well, it's UINTA.
So it's a UTI. All right, gotcha.
UNITY.
It's
UNITA.
It's the STI, whichever or.
That's actually what I was thinking, too. So
The STI.
7-0.
Oh, 7.
So, once again, that is the score.
All right, so I got some Juneteenth questions here for you.
Oh, got him.
Who's your favorite black sports pioneer?
Pioneer.
Yeah.
I mean, Jackie did a lot. Jackie Robinson, but I mean, I'm gonna have to go with a stupid answer just because I saw
not
it
stupid.
today.
There's no
But
stupid
Danian
answer.
Tomlinson's Hall of Fame speech was amazing.
Was it though?
It was.
I don't remember it.
He's talking. So I watched the 30 of 30.
He's not a pioneer.
Is he?
He's not. He's not.
He's the last one to.
He's not a pioneer.
He got 20.
He is not a
Leading
pioneer.
touchdowns.
He's
All
far
right,
from
pioneer.
a pioneer.
Sports.
He can
pioneer.
barely read. You know he didn't write
No,
that
he
speech.
can read.
No bullshit.
He's got the best speech of all time.
He can read now because they fucking taught him after he retired.
Did you see the 30 on 30 on him though?
No, I don't.
So basically, he meets this guy of why he's named Tomlinson.
I know how this
and it was
starts.
his slave owners basically.
Still not a
But
pioneer.
the white guy that teaches him is like, I mean, he teaches a lot. Like, your grandfather did this, blah 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 blah. Like, we owned your family, and he's like, I apologize for all that. But then they have like this great relationship, and they learned a lot about each other. And his Hall of Fame speech was a lot about that. Just looking up LT stats, though, I know I'm straying away. That was the last of the fantasy football, like.
Oh yes,
Man.
she's here. She saw it. She saw the setup. She's ready.
Why are you coming in looking all hot?
No, so first off, did you see? You didn't see the look on her face when she came around that corner and saw the air mattress.
Wait,
she was.
I gotta show you one of her presents. Show them.
What?
You gotta get closer. Gee, we're old. We can't see that far.
I got new glasses, baby.
The Thor hammer.
Okay. I was like, I don't know what it is, but okay. So
by the way, she sees the opposite of people. Like she has binocular eyes. It's great when you're
she's
driving.
Farsighted is what you're
I'll
saying.
be like, "What's that sign say 10 miles away?" Like she knows exactly.
All right, so you don't have a pioneer, then that's what you're saying. That's okay. You hate black people. It's okay.
No, I love them.
So what do you think? What do you think most white people misunderstood about the Black Lives Matter movement? Nah, let's skip that one. That's fucking deep. I don't want to get into that.
I know the answer. But
So that
too deep.
This thing I went and did because it's like $4. So I was like, let me go ahead and do a month of it because I had to ask someone a bunch of comic book questions. They had a comic book deck is fucking solid. So now I'm just fucking pulling questions from there. I was trying to stall because I got like this movie here, this short film. I got a story to tell from that, and this is this is an important lesson for Bea to learn. So I was waiting for her to get here. So I was like, I want to wait because I got to share this story. All right,
We'll get back. Take notes.
We'll get back to the Juneteenth stuff in a minute. All right, so I watched a short film on HBO called What Bitch?
Damn.
What? No,
This is the one she needs to learn.
So no. So it's called What Bitch, and it is like basically these are usually these short 7-minute films on HBO, usually based on like something going on for real stories. So, it was down Southern California, so obviously Mexican women. Involved. It's fucked up, but you know, whatever. I watched it. I saw it. So this fucking situation breaks out, I guess, in like a little fucking clothing store, and little kid is like whining. Lady touches the kid. The lady's like, you know, don't fucking touch my kid. Let's step outside. They started fighting. That's really fucking, you know, not important at all. But this is the thing that's important because you got to think about fights, right? So women. When you're in a fight with another woman, first thing you got to do is check out the attire, size them up. If they're wearing like a tank top, pull her titty out. I fucking shit you not, because what she's gonna do is she's gonna cover up. Her fucking titty swinging. She's gonna now she's fucking fighting one-handed. You're at a fucking major advantage. One-handed now, fuck her up. Now if she doesn't cover up, run. You're fucking dealing with a fucking savage. So that's an important lesson for you to know. If you get into a fight, yank her titty out. If she covers up, work her ass out. She's one-handed. But if she does not cover up, just fucking sprint, because she is down for the cause. And I don't know if you're ready for that smoke. So just bounce. So there you go. That's my PSA for the week. Public service announcement.
It is, now that I'm thinking back of all the girl fights I've seen, it's almost 90% chance of boobs coming out.
Yeah. So if you take the initiative and just yank the shirt down and make it come out, they're not expecting it. So they're going to cover up.
There's a lot of hair pulling.
Yeah. Well, so that's why, you know, don't even worry about that. That shit happens. Like, yeah.
They worry about them?
Yeah. You got to worry about the titties. Don't worry about the hair, because like the hair, that's just part of the game. That's like doing jiu-jitsu wearing a gi. You know they're going to pull your lapels.
I'll never forget, we had that girl fight. I know you remember.
Yeah, of course.
In middle school.
Oh, this was like
we had this was like a major pay-per-view
This
event.
is a Hall of Fame fight. This is a fight everybody still talks about.
Like, the amount of people that showed up to this fight was worthy of, like, we should have had like
you could have
venue.
charged. You could have charged for that fight.
This is middle school.
They like. So
there was no other fight that got more people than that.
No, that fight was a special fight. This actually came up on Facebook a few years back, because
I feel like there was almost like interviews beforehand that hyped up the fight. There wasn't exactly interviews, but we all knew the story.
Yeah. So this came up on Facebook because there's the group on Facebook. If you grew up in Colombia, and someone brought that fight up. And the comment section is massive. But the two participants in the fight, you know, they were on there. And, I mean, obviously, this is years later. We're all adults. You know, they're like, you know, they're cool about it and everything. But everybody still talked about just how epic that shit was. I mean, but if they would have taken my advice, pull a titty out, that shit would have ended quick.
If we had camera phones back then, that
oh my God,
huge.
Like there's a I always post it I want to say every 6 months or so. There's always this one fight specific. There are these two girls. They swing. You can tell the one girl has a little bit of training. She ducks under. She scoops the chick up, dumps the other one on her head, and the fight's over from that point. But it's just great because like they're going bow bow bow, and then she ducks under and quick scoop up, high crotch, boom, bow, drops her on her head. And it's like, and you see the camera person, they got shook because they just dropped the phone. They're like, fuck it, I can't, like, we got to go save this bitch. She dead. But that's when I see that fight, I always think back to the one from middle school. It's like, damn, if only they knew.
It's funny now. It's gotten so long. I don't 100% remember the names.
Oh, I remember the names, motherfucker.
They one showed up in boots, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
With intentions to use those boots.
Oh yeah. God. Ew.
I remember exactly where it was. I can remember one of the girls' fit. So I'm only remembering actually one participant. It's been so long. I'm not remembering the other.
I got both names right. I'm dropping them on the podcast. Let's go for a pause break. All right, so we're back. We took a hiatus there. I thought it was gonna be a few seconds. For you, it was a few seconds. For us, it was like a solid 10, 15 minutes. Just shit that probably could have gone on the podcast, but it didn't need to be on the podcast.
No, those usually can't be on the podcast.
Some of it. I did tell the story about the titty though. Pull the titty out. That made it to air, so that's good. That's all I wanted. That was my whole. I thought about when I was watching that short film last night. That was my first. I was like, yo, if she pulls her titty out, well, because there was a point where she squeezes the chick's boobs, and I was like, no, don't squeeze her boobs. Pull one out. She's fighting one-handed. Like, the dudes don't have that disadvantage. There's nothing you could do to a dude where he's gonna be fighting one-handed. You got to poke him in the eye. Like, that's the only way you get away with that. Now he's one-eyed and one-handed because he's going to grab his eye. But, like, with a woman, pull her titty out, you poke her in the eye, too. If you poke a chick in the eye, yeah, you really fucked him up. But if she keeps fighting you with one eye, run. That bitch is savage. You don't want to be fucking with no one that run around chase you with one titty out. And if you run and she chase you, don't stop. If you can get into a car, if you can push somebody off a fucking moped and steal it, do it. Because that chick ain't going to fucking stop. So, I hope your cardio's up. That's all I'm saying. So, just advice for...
Life lessons.
Advice for when you go to Ocean City. Because you might get in that situation.
No, we don't plan on fighting. But
nobody plans on fighting.
So if you get in a fight, I'm going to yell, take her boob out.
No, you got to yell, you got to scream.
They get mad at me, though.
You got to scream.
I got the evil look.
You got to scream, pull her titty out. That's the only way it works.
I'm not falling for that. You're trying to get me in trouble.
Dude, I'm trying to save both your lives.
I'm just going to grab you and we're going to run.
I mean, you could do that too. And then
where we're going to live soon, we're going to be near
I know where you're going to be
on the border.
I know where you're at.
And I was thinking like, we could like get drinks there for happy hour and then we should get one of those little mopeds like in Dumb and Dumber and we could ride it home.
Like, y'all going to get in a knife fight.
Y'all going on the back.
Y'all going to get like at least 2 knife fights a month. It's going to be all right though. Like, I ain't got no advice for a knife fight. You get into a knife fight.
We live near the Frank's nursery. We'll be drinking there, throwing plants at people.
I'm telling you, hey, if you go in the greenhouse and get high, like, there's nothing better. Like, smoke some weed in the greenhouse, let those, like, the greenhouse effect hit you.
That'll probably be in the future of, like, the plant stores.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it's got to be. Like, it's up for the vote this coming November to make it federally legal. So, it'll pass. And then when it does, we're going to start growing some weed in the backyard out here. I'm not, but, like last week when we were watching the fights, my neighbor was smoking weed out back, and Sarah texted, was like, is somebody smoking weed downstairs? I was like, nah, they probably out back smoking, though. She was like, oh, okay, I can smell it. I was like, yeah, okay, cool. So we're out front last night, and my neighbor, like, out over in front of their house, and my neighbor looks at us, like, hey, is it okay if I spark up? And so I was like, I don't care. I was just, like, and I told him, I was like, yeah, I mean, I told him that you text. I was like, yeah, we don't want it, like, if it's going to bother you. She's like, no, it doesn't bother me. I don't care. Like, I could smell it in my bedroom. Like, I remember my brother came down here and we smoked. Yo, when I got in bed that night, the way those fucking blankets hugged me, that was, dude, it was the best. And I only slept for an hour. because I think I went upstairs at 5 and then woke up at 6. That hour felt like a solid 4. I woke up like, oh my God, I'm recharged. Fucking went for a walk with my brother, smoked some more. It was good. It was magic. I told my wife, I was like, yo, we got to get in on this. We got to invest. She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, nothing. I'm high as fuck. Actually, I was sleep deprived the other day at work, so I did feel really high. And I was talking to one of my tenants. Yo, I was making up some of the wildest shit. My manager's just over there cracking up because the shit that I was saying wasn't making sense. Because I think, what the fuck was she talking about? This lady was talking about some off-the-wall shit, and I was just like, I just started saying fucking ridiculous phrases, like talking about goats and shit, and she, like, my manager was just like, she started laughing, then, like, I put it on mute, and I was like, yo, I feel high right now. Because I was, like, tired, and then I also had, like, I went to another location. They gave me the grape Nas energy drinks, like 16 ounces, and I was like chugging one of those. And I was just saying off the wall shit. So yeah, so that's what you have to look forward to on Saturday if I come up.
We're down.
Of course you are, you fucking weirdo. All right, I don't really got much more. What else you got?
Well, don't think we got much more. Is that Happy Father's Day? We have Happy Juneteenth.
Oh, I had some more questions, but I ain't fucking with those.
Happy birthday, Bea. This is going to come out on your birthday. You're welcome. You're looking like, I don't know what to say.
What?
She's got youth on her side. It's rude.
I guess.
She's going to be 26.
I mean, I guess. I don't know what the fuck that means. Like, when I was 26, I was dumb as fuck, so I wouldn't be proud of being 26 right now, because 26-year-olds are kind of fucking dumb. I mean, not saying you're dumb, but a lot of them are pretty fucking dumb. I was dumb as shit.
Oh, so that's what it is.
Like,
Thank you. Now you can say you're welcome.
nah, de nada.
God damn, these questions are fucked up. I got another Juneteenth question for you.
All right.
Can you comment on the school-to-prison pipeline?
Wait, say that again? The school to prison pipeline.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't think so.
What's your favorite thing about Frederick Douglass?
His head in Fells Point. Oh, by the way,
Oh my God.
I took, you know the head in Fells Point? It's near the place where you saved my sandwich years ago. Where she is very, what do you call it when you can see far away? Farsighted.
Yeah.
She apparently could not see Frederick Douglass' face in that thing. We're standing right next to it. She's posing on it, and I'm like, where you shouldn't be is on his nose. She's like, what do you mean? Like, that's a face. She doesn't see it at all. She just thinks it's like a mountain.
All right, so what I just said before, 26-year-olds, you know. I won't repeat it, but you
she
know
couldn't see Frederick. She didn't see his face at the time.
Just 26.
Oh, there
I
he is.
didn't know it was the.
She had no idea that there was a face there, so she's like posing with the rock, and like his nose is in an area you probably don't want to be posing.
I mean, okay.
But Frederick Douglass was happy.
Wow,
I don't know too much about him.
These are some deep
Despite
questions.
him being from Baltimore, we have history was my worst class in school.
Well, history was
We
one of
and
my
you were
favorite
in one of the
things,
history
but
classes where we have an
in school it wasn't
all-time
great.
presentation. I think we got a C on it, which we shouldn't even have got that.
No, we deserve that C. We earned it. Fuck out of here.
I know we talked about armor.
Yeah, it had a Barbie doll.
And Dante's visual presentation was he wrapped foil around the Barbie doll.
Yeah, it was a fucking
then
armor.
Her armor fell off, and Dante goes, "Ooh, boobies!"
Yeah,
In the
because she had
middle
some.
of our presentation.
Yeah, so she had boobs. I mean, it was a Barbie doll. I actually had to, because I broke the head off that doll, I had to pay the kid who let me borrow that doll. I had to pay her for it. I feel bad, but not really. Let me see here. I'm trying to find like one of the least fucked up questions in here. How do you think policing can change in order to serve and protect all communities? That's not completely black related or Juneteenth related. So, Stevie, how can policing change in order to serve and protect all communities?
They need to change their training. profiling should be gone in terms of pulling people over for no reason. I get that they catch a lot of people by doing that, but if you don't have an actual reason to pull someone over, you can't do that anymore. I don't know how you train someone though on the the stress is fight or flight, and that seems to be something you have. I mean, there is training that could probably help somewhat, but still in a stressful situation, you're either gonna react.
Well, I think there's just certain people that are built for that, though, and some aren't. And you don't know if you are or aren't.
And a lot of people that would have probably appealed to be a cop are the extra testosterone up type people, which they tend to act.
Except for in Uvalde, Texas, where we needed those guys to run into that school.
They didn't do shit.
Yeah. Sit out there for like 50 minutes.
Yeah, probably small towns.
So we don't want to get shot. Bitch, you signed up for that. Like, go rescue these kids.
Unfortunately, I think the demand or the amount of people that apply to be police officers isn't huge, so they can't be as choosy as they probably should be.
I
maybe
applied
if they pay more
back in 2000.
Maybe if they pay more, they can be more choosy and go through an extra thorough evaluation if you're competent to be a police officer.
What's the problem though too? I think from what I understand, and I don't know a whole lot, like the couple guests that I've had on that are police officers, the evaluation is pretty thorough. A lot changes though once you get in there. Again, just to stress, it's a tough fucking thing. You can't. I don't know if there is a fix it.
I don't know how you training necessarily can impact your flight or fight response, because if you feel like your life's in danger, sometimes reacting first saves your life, but then you're also possibly reacting in a situation where the other person wasn't maybe going to do anything.
So I had a friend, he told this story on Off the Mats, where he was basically in a situation. It was a traffic stop. He pulled a guy over. He was seconds away from getting shot himself. I can't remember what exactly he said was kind of the stoppage to that. But the guy owned up to it. He said, you were a goner if this were a second more or something like that. And I'm glad that didn't happen. It's a good friend. So it's a good friend of mine. So, but it's just one of those things where it's like, you just don't know. And you got to be kind of on, on high alert.
That's the one thing people forget about. Cops are dealing with a lot of more bad people than average in terms of what we encounter. So it's they're on edge.
So there was, going back to The Boys on Amazon, because again, a lot of that show is mirroring real life. There's a situation where, so one of the characters is black. Actually, now I think about it, he's fast as shit. That's racist as fuck. Why the black people gotta be fast? I mean, yeah, but still, it's racist as fuck. But basically, he goes back home to visit his brother, and they talk about one of these other superheroes patrolling black neighborhoods and killed someone, or he was unarmed. So it was kind of paralleling the real life story that we've heard too many times, unfortunately. And so they bring the dude in for a meeting. They the black hero brings him down to the community center in his community, and he's trying to apologize, and it's just he's clearly just saying all the worst things, not on purpose. It's just he doesn't know. He just doesn't know what to say. But he goes, okay, I'm going to make a $10,000 donation to this community center. Someone stood up and was like, yeah, but what about so and so's life that you took last week? He's got a family. He was unarmed. He's an innocent man. And then he just started firing off on verbally, just going back. And then at some point he goes, he was like, you know what? Fuck all of you. All of you. All of these lives matter. All lives matter. It was like, oh, they're playing that ploy to fucking on the show now. Okay, here we go. But I mean, the thing is, you do have, those individuals too, who is just seem to kind of extend on like you're heavily patrolling this area, and you always seem to find some problem, and there always seems to be that person wasn't armed. Like, there's got to be some kind of investigation into that. I mean, it is still hard because, I mean, like I said, it's like you're not always in a situation where you can use, you know, you have a second to think about it. Sometimes you got to be quick.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is that if you had time to think, you probably wouldn't do a lot of things.
If you had time to think too, you might be dead. So it's a slippery slope. That was a fucked up question. There are no easy questions in that deck.
We don't have the answer to this.
So happy
we need
Juneteenth.
some robot police officers.
No, absolutely not.
They'll shoot everybody.
Yeah, that's
Equally.
even worse.
It'll be equal though.
Like, I don't know if you've seen X-Men, but when they unleashed the Sentinels, and the Sentinels one day just turned around on the humans, was like, yeah, fuck you too. It was like, whoa, wait a minute, we built you to take out the mutants. I was like, well, humans are mutants too, so you're all goners, and so be it. Yeah, I'm actually going to probably hold on to this probably a couple more months. It's got a lot of fun decks in here. Foodie, fitness, and health. Oh my God, baseball. I can't wait for us to talk about that. Ghost Hunters, hoops. Let's look at the basketball one real quick. That's dumb. We don't do fantasy basketball. If you could go back in time and go back and stop time, which NBA player's career would you like to see in their prime? I mean,
Jordan's the obvious answer.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, we were already there.
I did see it. So,
yeah, we were there.
So if I have to answer someone I didn't see, it's crazy hearing the Larry Bird stories of how he would talk trash. And I kind of missed him playing. He was slightly before my time of watching basketball, of just hearing how, I'm shocked at how much he talked trash. He didn't look like he talked trash like that, where he'd be like, yo, Rook, I'm about to pull up right here. I'm going to do 2 steps here. I'm going to jay it in your face. And then he'd do it.
Actually, some of these aren't too bad. Is James Harden a better player than Dwayne Wade?
No.
What do you consider your greatest sports achievement? How is that in basketball?
My greatest sports achievement? I don't know. When we took those dudes at the court near BWI.
Yeah, as soon as you said, I was like, I knew what you meant. Yeah, well, no, because they were playing that fast, flashy, like N1 style.
That was just fun.
And we're like, you know what?
That just stands out.
We're like, you know what? Let's play solid fundamentals and body these little boys. So remember when one of the dudes got fucking picked real hard? He was like, oh, they playing hard, y'all. And they tried to like get aggressive. It's like, your flashiness isn't gonna win this for you.
We did get second with Colompton once.
We should have won that fucking game. So fuck them. Man, like, now these cards are dumb. Like, the obvious questions: who's the GOAT, Kobe, Jordan, or LeBron? Which city do you wish had an NBA team?
Baltimore. Sarah
asked about that the other day. Because she said something like, Baltimore doesn't have a hockey or a basketball team. Why? And I was like, because we suck. Because there's talks about the Orioles possibly leaving.
I think they said they won't. They should.
They should.
The way they play.
They should.
They have one of the best stadiums, though.
So yeah, Sarah goes, she was like, what? I mean, like, that's what Baltimore is known for, is the Orioles. I was like, the Ravens have won 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, the Bullets were originally in Baltimore, which made more sense of the name. Oh, they should just bring back the Baltimore Bullets. They should start it. But just thinking back of how easy it is to go to Baltimore games, like Ravens compared to anything the Washington teams, like, man, we can go to an NBA game and it's like in downtown Baltimore.
I'd be down for
awesome.
That. I mean, because that's
there's
really
tons of places to go like after. And
that's a fucking stone's throw away.
Yeah.
Like, that's around the corner from us.
Baltimore needs an NBA team, and it needs to be called the Bullets.
What do you value? What do you value most in a franchise player?
Winning.
Duh. Let's see here. I'm out of here.
I'll give credit to Steph Curry. That dude's a winner.
Yeah.
He made the sacrifice when they had Durant. He didn't care. He's one of the few NBA players that doesn't seem to care about stats.
Yeah. Well, I don't care about him. Hey, so
Wardell.
Since we're in June, it is Pride Month. I lost the question. Do you follow any awesome LGBTQIA plus blogs? Wow.
I don't follow any blogs.
I was gonna say, let's not even bother with that. There's too many letters there. And then they had the fucking audacity to put a plus there.
Someone came out as part of that community. There's too many letters. I couldn't remember them all. Then I was surprised. It was a former UFC fighter, Jason Ellis. Is that his name?
Doesn't sound familiar, but let's see here.
Maybe he wasn't a UFC fighter. I always thought he was.
Maybe. Let's see. Jason Ellis. Watch, you got some.
He has some kind of podcast with like Wolf. I just know he interviewed a lot of people.
Let's see here.
I like in the past.
Jason Ellis is a radio personality.
Was he ever a fighter?
Let's see here. So he's tattooed as if he were a fighter. Let's see here. He is a former professional skateboarder, auto racer, and singer.
Okay, so not a fighter.
I
I don't know why I thought he had some kind of affiliation with MMA.
mean, he looks the type, to be honest, looking at it.
I think he just came out.
Let's see. Well, so no, it says
It was like a casual
So
post.
it does say mixed martial arts here.
Okay.
He fought for Team Quest under Dan Henderson and stuff like that. So, jiu-jitsu, of course. Jiu-jitsu, like if you look at jiu-jitsu, you just look at that. It's like a lot of you guys should probably be in the LGBTQ bunch of letters group. Like there's a lot of suspect stuff. Like North-South is like, dude, why are you 6'9" your teammate, man? Like, don't do that.
I saw something in a feed that showed him like kind of coming out, I guess because it's Pride Month. And then he did get, I saw some of the comments was kind of fucked up of just like, I've been like a long time follower of you and now I'm not, blah, blah.
Well, he came out in 2019, it says.
Oh.
So you're
I'm
late,
just
dude.
wrong.
You're late as shit. So, well, let's see here. It says in 2016, Ellis announced he is bisexual. He affirmed his sexuality in 2019, stating, "Bit scared to talk about it, but I am a bi guy and I think it's okay. Not here for a shout out, just letting others know it's okay to be you too. I'm happy." So good for that guy. Yeah, I always feel like
We had some kind of post recently that people were commenting on. Maybe they didn't realize it because really, why would you talk about what you are like that? It shouldn't really come up. I mean, we've never discussed what we are because we don't talk about that. So.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like there are times where like it's like, and this will sound horrible, and I don't care. It's like a vegan. How when you're in a room with a vegan, no, don't worry, they'll tell you within fucking 5 minutes. Shit like that. That's the same thing like, fucking even with jiu-jitsu. How somebody does jiu-jitsu? Trust me, they're gonna fucking tell you. When people do something that's like not part of the societal norm, they're for the most part open to talk about it. And now that it's becoming more accepting to come out about your sexuality, a lot of people are very open about it, and that's fine. I have a tenant. He comes in, dude. This dude, super flamboyant. This dude came in a mink, like a mink coat, like in the spring. And he's real funny. He's hilarious because he comes in just the way he talks. I'm like, yo, dude, look, I'm not even going to like charge you the extra money just because you're entertaining right now. Like, and he comes in with no intent of like you have to respect me because I'm this. So I just told the story recently about a dude I worked with who called me a homophobe. Who was like, you don't like me because I'm gay? I was like, no, I don't like you because you're annoying. You just I don't care that you're gay. Like, you're just an annoying human, though. But it's not because you're gay. It's because you're annoying. Like, you being gay that's pretty cool. Like, it's like if you're comfortable with your sexuality, that's cool. Have a blast. But you're annoying as fuck. That's not cool. That's fucking annoying. Stop being annoying. I'm gonna beat you up. It's like, but then they're like, oh, it's a hate crime. You beat me up because I'm gay. Like, no. I beat you up because you're annoying. You just happen to be gay. That's how that goes. But, no. If that's your cup of tea, enjoy it. Have a blast. But if it's not your cup of tea, don't be a dick to others about it, if that is their cup of tea. But also understand, I make fucked up jokes. I say fucked up things sometimes. But it's not out of hate. It's because I'm fucking goofy and I'm silly sometimes. So, always keep that in mind.
I don't know where people are, but like, I don't even see that as an issue anymore. I mean, it obviously is, but it's like, doesn't matter to me.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like, it shouldn't matter to anyone. but there's so many people. It's like it is a big deal. I got a friend. They put up a post on Facebook up north. They're asking like, hey, would any of my like fighter friends be willing to be security for a drag show? Because they're like, because the local police aren't going to help us, and there's talks about protesters coming there and trying to break the show up. I was like, if I were near, I'd do it. I mean, I don't know how much help I'd be, but I'm not going to let somebody come in there and fucking be a dick because you don't like that these dudes in here dressing up as women. Okay, then stay home. If you're at home, you don't have to see it. It's that simple. But people get goofy. You got too many people, dude. It's overpopulated.
Apparently, I saw something where Elon Musk was saying we're not populated enough. That's why he has 8 kids.
Well, this motherfucker's trying to go to Mars anyway, so he doesn't have a say in this.
As smart as Elon seems, there are sometimes, like, he might not be all there. And some of his suggestions, I mean, he kept pushing everyone to buy Dogecoin, which if he did, he lost a lot of money.
So it's estimated by February of 2023, we will be at 8 billion people. So let that sink in.
It is weird is, like, all the people, though, are, like, in the same spots.
Yeah.
Like, we still have tons of America. There's nothing but friggin' countryside.
So there are more people in LA, Los Angeles, than all of Canada. There's a lot of Canada. But it's cold as fuck up there, too, so I don't blame
Canada sucks.
Then relax.
I kind of
Relax, Canada.
would
Canada,
like to live
you
in
know?
a different country, but not Canada.
There's some pretty
not
cute girls up
anywhere,
in Canada.
But I don't want to live anywhere cold.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, no shit. Like, yeah, I don't, there's a lot of places I don't really want to live, though, cold or hot. Like, all that shit is trash.
I would like to have a, like, restaurant, bar somewhere on a beach town.
I have friends in Sweden I want to go visit, but I want to stay in Sweden. Because when they talk about when it's cold, like, it's like fucking mentally ridiculously cold. It's like fucking cold to a point where I'm like, yo, that's illegal. You shouldn't be allowed to do that. But at the same time, in the summer, it's so mild.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy if all the places there are to live in the world, there's always a trade-off of some sort. Like, California's got beautiful weather year-round.
But they got a lot of homeless people.
And they got the earthquakes, though. Then you got, like, middle America, for the most part. It's like, then they got the crazy-ass tornadoes that just come out of nowhere.
Colorado seems pretty decent. I haven't heard too many gripes about Colorado other than altitude. They got weed.
I would think maybe they have avalanches, but how are avalanches really that big of a thing?
Yeah, I was gonna say, when was the last time you heard about an avalanche on the news in Colorado?
That would suck. Like the Great Avalanche of 2013.
It would suck, but it'd be funny as shit though. It's like you kind of earned it. You live at the bottom of a mountain.
If an avalanche is coming, like, can you like hurry up and grab your like snowboard and like skate it out?
I don't think that's the option, dude. I think if an avalanche is coming, it's too late. If you hear that shit.
I used to always imagine if a tsunami came and you had an emergency hot air balloon kit. That's the way to go. Get up in your hot air balloon. That's the kind of stuff I think about.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I gotta purchase a hot air balloon just in case the tsunamis come. But yeah, Maryland, we got everything, but it's all mild, so it's like a trade-off. Like
Maryland's
all right, we got earthquakes, we got tornadoes, we got hurricanes, but it's kind of like they're pretty weak.
Yeah. Like we get them just as kind of a reminder. The Earth's letting us know, like, look, we can fuck you up if we want.
We'll get a snowstorm, but it's not too bad.
No. Well, I mean, we haven't had a bad snowstorm in a while. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of want one though. Because like when we had those big snowstorms, there's always like something like cool about just like, all right, let's go shovel the shit out.
I remember the last big one we got is where you used to live when you lived nearby. Yeah. Just walking that street with nobody out there was kind of like a weird, cool feeling.
So was it that one? I think we might have had another one right before you moved. I think where my next door neighbor and I, like this is when because she's from Rochester, New York, and she came out and shoveled the walks. Like, quick. Like, yeah, I was amazed. I was like, oh my God, I got to get this broad's internet password. And I did. But we all rode up to the store. Like, and like, there's that, you know, where the Weiss is. That's like maybe a 10-minute drive, like on a bad day. I think that took us like an hour and a half in that snow. But, you know, it was, you know, we rode with the neighbor, got to meet her, got to talk with her and chit-chat and whatnot. She didn't have a choice. She had to listen to Sade because I was like, I'm in a Sade mood today. So her and Sarah chit-chatted, and I was blasting Sade. It was like, I hope y'all can talk over Sade because this is what I'm listening to today. My love is king. So that's what we did. We listened to Sade, hung out with my neighbor. Then there was another like snowstorm on my birthday, actually, because I was down at Winters. Did we load up the truck? I don't know, but I was supposed to hang out with Winter for my birthday, and Sarah was like, no, because you're going to get stuck down here, and da-da-da. So I ended up spending my birthday with my wife, my neighbor. Trash. Worst birthday. Do not recommend. It's fucking trash, yo.
Don't spend your birthday with your spouse.
No, it was more so my neighbor and my spouse. That's what was trash. It was like, oh my God, this sucks. Like, I was really depressed. I wanted to go back up the street and, like, hang out with Winter, Lex, and Jason, play video games. Like, which Winter's birthday was just on Saturday. I shot her a message.
Yeah.
Shout out to Winter. I sent her a message. We briefly chatted. I'm a message her, try to get on off the mats and see if we can go hang out, go get a beer down at the bar down near her house or her apartment. I miss Winter. She was always like great to hang out with. You know, always had my back, always had her back. So it's just weird. Like as life kind of goes in its directions, you lose touch with people. Like I tagged her in a story on Instagram. I was like, yo, we got to end this drought, son. I was like, let's hang out. So I'm going to try to catch up to her, see if we can hang out. It sucks because, like, whenever, like, the story, the history things on Facebook comes up and then I see her wedding, I actually get really sad about that because it's like, dude, like, I don't know. Like, that was just, like, even though they, like, butted heads a lot, it was like, you guys work, though. You guys were, like, a fun couple, but I guess there was, like, just too much head butting over time. But I do get sad that their relationship ended. So I'm sad about their relationship ending. And like, you know, like any like relationship, like my mom, like and my dad or some bullshit, or like, well, my grandparents have a happy marriage, so never mind. I guess that's what I'm sad about their marriage, because I don't got any, like, I guess everyone else around me is happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe they're doing good now. Yeah, I've
They're not.
seen Winter. She's often at places I either just was or like I'm like, oh, what's that place? So yeah, one of these times I'm bound to run into her because we like to go to Baltimore, and she seems always out in Baltimore.
Yeah. Oh, I'll catch up to her one day soon. Oh, you posted a beer. Oh, 6.2 is that score, so I had to give it the obligatory like. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap up. My wife's home. I want to go upstairs and like put my finger in her. So let's see. Let's go ahead and close this one out. Well, I do all the closeouts, so you can close it out. Go ahead and close it out. Tell me where you can find us. I bet you don't remember, do you? You don't remember. You don't fuck it up.
Colompton Social Club on Instagram.
You didn't even thank the people.
Thank you to the people. You can find Dante at bjj.wiki.
No, I feel you.
Thor.bentley. Colompton Social Club at gmail.com.
Yeah, send us some
Yeah,
questions.
we get some emails, people trying to make our graphics, and they want to charge us money.
That sucks.
That's rude.
Yeah, I get people always like, hey, so you need anybody to make any...
And then I'll get emails of like a
you?
post 2 years ago got taken down because we got some copyright infringement. The Humpty Dance got taken down recently. I didn't know we posted that. That was a long time ago.
I think it was the first post. It was the first post when Shock G died. That was the very first post. I got taken down.
Well, something with the Humpty Dance got taken down.
I didn't put music
about
to it.
that.
I didn't put.
And then I got a post on Thor Bentley got taken down, and it's funny is the song I posted, it tagged it as the sample that's used, but it was not that song. But whatever, that got taken down.
I just recently got 3 messages from Instagram talking
I'm like,
about,
did Instagram police like all of a sudden get a lot more people because suddenly we got a lot of stuff happening?
they pulled posts from February of this year, October of last year, and then January of this year. I was like, really? So we're doing this now, bitches.
Yeah, I wonder if the Humpty Dance thing, like, does the ownership, like, change to someone else, and now they're being a dick about.
So one of the notices that I got, it claims that the owner of the, copyright complained. That's what they're claiming. I was like, okay. But this was also before, like, because now anything I do now with music is a reel. It was like, come at me now, bitch. Which they did take down one of my posts the other day. Well, they didn't take it down, but they told me it was, I'll tell you this off air, because this one is a weird one. But either way, find us on social media, bitches. And we love y'all. Stevie.
Happy birthday, Bear, and bad. Wait, well, I was about to say bad soup, good soup.
What the fuck?
No, I was thinking bad friends.
Fuck. Bye, y'all.